Hi there. Hi, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? What time is it? It's past my bedtime. Hello. Well, look at you coming back for some more. Yeah, love that. Awesome. Y'all, listen. It's after 8 o'clock, and I'm just not responsible for anything after 8 o'clock. I'm not responsible for how it comes out, you know. My body has gone to bed. And I'm still fighting it. Like, I don't understand that my body has gone to bed. Okay, y'all, before I get started, you know I got to say, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Walk Live. Listen, for all you who have been rocking with me since day one, you know I love, give me something to sing. I love you, I honestly love you. And for all you who are new, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like what you see and what you hear. And listen, if you're already like, I know I'm about to like her, I know this is about to be it for me, I'm gonna give you, a second, because I don't want to be rude, to hit that subscribe button and all the other buttons you want to hit. You can hit all the buttons. If you want to do the like, if you want to do a little comment, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, the notification bell, just you can hit all the buttons. I like buttons. Buttons are, it's good to hit the buttons just to push the, I don't know what I'm saying. But yes, let me give you a moment to go ahead and do that, okay? It is late. It's late. Yes, it is. It's late. Don't close your eyes, okay? We don't want the people to see you fall asleep on camera. Okay, I see you. You hit that subscribe button. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the family. Listen, my name is Sakima. I post on this channel every Tuesday. And what do I post on this channel? I post different nuggets, lessons that God has given me along my journey with Him. And they've helped me chip away at some of the barriers that have been in my path. And my hope is that they will help you as well. And I also, this is just, it's life on this channel. You'll see me doing interviews from time to time. You'll see me vlogging. So yeah, if you're here for that, then you've come to the right place, honey. When you come to this channel, you will find inspiration, laughter, and life. So yeah, you've arrived. Here it is. It's what you've been looking for. Welcome, huh? That's not creepy. And it's not late. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, y'all. So listen. You saw the title. We're going to talk about our vision, our sight, how we see things. I love the song by, who is it? Brandon Heath. What is it even called? I think it's called Give Me Your Eyes. Y'all listen. It's an older song, but I love that song. I loved the video. I loved all of it because Brandon Heath is basically asking God to give him his eyes, his way of thinking, his arms to reach people, his everything, because he knows that the way that we see things sometimes, we're going so fast we can miss things, or we have all these things happening to us in life, and it could skew our vision of things, our way of seeing things and seeing people. So we don't, we're not able to reach people as much. We're not able to have the type of relationships we would like to have because of our skewed vision. And I just love it because it just really brings me back to the understanding that I am blind. What do I mean by that? I'm blind. It means that I understand that as much as I have my physical sight, there's a whole other piece. There are whole other pieces to this puzzle that I cannot see. And therefore, I'm just walking through life blind without God, without his help, without his guidance. I can't see anything. It's kind of like me without glasses or contacts. It's like, let's be serious. You're asking me, can I read one of the lines? No, I can't. I can't. Are there lines there? Did you put them up? Do you see letters? I don't see letters. What do you mean? Can I read put them up there? Listen, I'm telling you, blind. So, I don't know. I don't think that I could pinpoint a time where I was just like, oh, I'm blind. No, I think it was just over time God revealed certain things to me, and it made me realize, Lord, I literally am horrible at life. I literally suck at life entirely without you. I blow everything. I can barely see the things that you want me to see, the things you've put right in front of my face. Like, I'm missing them. I'm not reaching people. I'm so wrapped up in what I want. This is me testifying. I'm not saying that these are not things that I've worked on over time, because I have for sure. And I'm not saying I'm just like out here like, oh, well, yep, that's just the way I am. Like, it's not that. I like to think that I have this in perspective now, and that I've surrendered my eyes to the Lord, so I'm not this oblivious now. But I realize without him, that is me all the way. Like, I don't see nothing. Like, I don't see nothing, don't do nothing right, miss all the cues, miss all the marks, miss all the everythings. Okay? Like, I'm not even on the same puzzle the Lord is on. I'm over here somewhere. Like, so it was not a moment. It was over time that God revealed to me that I am blind. And I learned to embrace that. Not to embrace it to say, oh, well, yeah, let me, hey, I can't see, it just can't see, okay? Hey, might as well, YOLO, okay? YOLO. Like, no. I already talked to y'all about YOLO. You already talked to y'all. Just click the link. Click the link. Click the link. I now know that I can't see. I now know that I mishandle everything without you, God. And so I accept that is who I am, and I therefore surrender myself to you so that you can help me. I've been in a season lately where I have had to, I won't even say lately, I'll say this has been for a while now, for long enough for it to be a chronic blindness. Like, if you go to the doctor and you've been dealing with a certain illness or sickness for a while, they call it chronic. So I would say that my blindness is pretty chronic. I've dealt with it for a long time. And like I said, I surrendered it. But I have dealt with things for a while now. I'll say particular situations that have caused me to constantly go back to God and say, please give me your eyes. And it was either because I said, okay, God, I see this situation, and I don't have any sort of compassion. I am angry about this situation, what has taken place, about the person involved. I'm angry about all of it, and I know that you call me to pray for this person, for these people, and I don't even have that right now, Lord. Please, because I know that, you would be able to look at this in a way where it did not completely alter your ability to function. So I know right off that I'm seeing this wrong. I want to see with your eyes so that I can do what it is that you want me to do, what you've called me to do towards this situation. Or on the other hand, in some of the moments, I'm like, Lord, pretty sure you're wanting me to get out of Dodge right up and through here, but there's a pool here. There is I've got rosy glasses on here, and I'm not seeing the urgency, the need to get out of here like quickly, like run fast. I'm not seeing that, and I need you to help me to see what it is I should be doing. Like, Lord, if this is a situation where I should be like, back up, then please help me to see it that way, instead of being like, well, it's okay, well, maybe I can just touch, ow, he bit me. Like, I don't want to do that. Or if this is a situation where I should be having more compassion, God, please help me do that. Either way, please help me, because I know that I'm not seeing this the right way. I need your help. That is where I've been, and I'm like, Lord, you know I need you, because I don't know. I'm something is wrong with my glasses. I need to, I can't see. Something ain't right. Lord, help me. Help me. Yeah, so this has been difficult for me, but I've encountered things over and over lately, things that have confirmed the blindness and have further pushed me to continue to seek God for the vision that I need. And I was watching Young and the Restless? It was Bold and the Beautiful. If y'all watch that, then awesome. Y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm so sorry, but you need to get on that, like today. Quinn, she's like a jewelry maker in there, and lately I've been tripping because I'm like, now why she got these glasses on though? What's up with Quinn? What's going on? So Quinn, I've been tripping because she has had these yellow glasses on lately. Like, I'm like, Quinn, why you got these tinted glasses on? And I've been tripping because I've been seeing people like this lately, like everywhere, with tinted lenses. I used to think that tinted lenses, no offense, were for like older or elderly people. Like, those are the only ones. But I see young people wearing them. Quinn, she wears them at certain times, and I'm like, you don't wear them all the time, so why is it that at certain scenes you got these yellow glass? Like, it can't be a fashion statement because I've seen them too often now. You know, it's not like you had that one outfit that it went with and you just wore. No, God, I'm seeing them with all different types of outfits now. Like, but I realized that she put them on when she was like looking at and inspecting her jewelry and things. So I had to look this up because I've seen this. You know, I see some people at church like this. A lot of stars, celebrities are starting to wear tinted lenses. And I'm like, what is the deal with these tinted lenses? So I looked it up, and these are supposed to block certain light so that it's better on the eyes. It improves sight and things like that. So I'm like, okay, so there is a reason for this. Okay, so you guys are not trying to be cool, and maybe you are when you get a certain, you know, type of frame or whatever with it, but that lens is for a reason. You know, there's a reason that you have changed your lenses. You want better sight, you want to see better. But that's one of the things I ran into that had to do with sight. And then what is the other thing I ran into? Oh, so I was thinking one day, I was just writing this down in my content, because I get ideas and I'll start writing it down so that I can speak on it later and study about it later. And one of the things I wrote down was, we get in our own way sometimes. Why is it necessary that we lose consciousness each day for a period of time? Which means, sleep, when we sleep. Why do doctors have to put people into a coma before we can heal sometimes? An induced coma. And I thought those things were like, okay, that was fascinating. I'll do that at some point. But as I got ready to talk about what I'm talking about tonight, I realized that goes with what I'm saying. Like, this is right on point. The reason that we need to accept that we are blind is because if we don't, we continue to move through life getting in our own way, thinking that we're seeing clearly. Thinking that what we see is what we get. Perception is reality, huh? That's what it is. But when you mature spiritually, you start to realize that sometimes my perception is off. Sometimes I'm getting in my own way. I do think about that with sleep. At some point we have to sleep. We have to rest. Our bodies have to be rejuvenated. God has got to restore us. And that's so interesting. It's like, why couldn't we do that when we were conscious? Because we get in our own way. There needs to be a time where we're shutting down everything, because we're using all types of everything during the day in order to function, in order to live, in order to enjoy things and get what we want, and chase after this, chase after that. And there's no way that we could let those things rest or rejuvenate or replenish if we're just using them all day. And we will use them all day, but our bodies get to a point where it's like, I'm shutting down now. And that makes perfect sense, because we can get in our way. What does it have to do with blindness? I want to read you John 9:39. John 9:39. John 9:39 says, Jesus said, "For judgment I came into this world, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind." I love that, because I get that. I understand that I need to be blind in my flesh, and I need to be spiritually seeing. I need to be seeing that I can't do this without you. I need to get out of your way, and I need to take on what it is that you are wanting to give me. Your eyes, your way of thinking, your way of living, your way of reasoning, your way of understanding. So I need to take on everything you. So therefore, I need to become blind in the flesh. Everything that I thought I knew, everything that I held on to, all of my little philosophies, all of my little preferences, all of my prejudices, everything, I need to hand them over to you, become blind, and now take on your sight. So that's what all of those references that I made earlier have to do with vision, with sight. The bottom line is, the reason we need to become blind is so that we can get out of God's way, and so that we can move forward in the will that He has set for our lives, the plans that He has set for our lives, the destiny that He has set for our lives, and we can live the best life possible. But as long as we refuse to let go of that sight, the way that we are doing things, the way that we are seeing things, then we don't ever get that full experience. We don't ever get that fulfillment that we're looking for. So I just thought all of this was interesting, My son went to the doctor, the eye doctor, recently, and it's been a while since he's been there, and he had to be tested and just make sure, right off, she was able to tell that he looks at his phone a lot. She was like, the more that he does this, the worse it's going to become for him. The more that he does this, the less he's going to be able to see. He right now is becoming more and more nearsighted because he's looking at something like this all day. And he won't be able to see out there after a while if he only looks like this. He'll only be able to see what's in front of him. Ooh! That's it right there. I can cut this off right there. Because we need to be able to see in the distance. We need to be able to see beyond the moment that we're in. Sometimes we get so angry. We get so hurt. We get so distraught, so discouraged, so disillusioned because we can't see past what's right in front of us. We need to be able to see further. And therefore, we need to be able to become blind to ourselves. We need to get those things out of our faces, and we need to take on what it is that God sees so that we can begin to see further. We can begin to have what it is that He said that we could have. And I am trying with that. I'm like, God, help me. Help me with this, because I know I'm tripping right now. What I'm seeing in front of me, I'm not handling this right. I'm not handling this right. Now, either I'm doing too much, one way or the other. And I need you to help me go in the direction that I need to go in. And so some of you may be feeling that same way. Some of you can relate. Some of you have had experiences where you realize, I'm getting in the Lord's way. I'm tripping. I'm not handling this right. I'm not seeing this clearly. Sometimes we know, sometimes when you know better, but you don't do better. It's like your spiritual eye, and not the one that, let me just qualify that. Some people use that and they're talking about other things. I'm talking about the Lord and the things of the Lord God, and I trust Jesus. I live for Jesus. I want you to know that we're not worshiping the universe and the energies and I'm just saying. So if I say spiritual eye, this is what I'm meaning. So your spirit. So sometimes we know your spirit is saying, like, that's not a good idea, but then your flesh has somehow convinced you that it's okay. It's okay. The enemy is really good at skewing our vision. Just making it just blurry enough that he can get in there and start manipulating what we are seeing, or what we think we are seeing. We saw this in Genesis whenever Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and they had clear instructions from the Lord on what they could and could not eat. But then the enemy slid right in there, almost like, listen, it's not that, it's this. And you know what he was saying, it really, if you just kind of looked at it a different way, like, like that, it could seem like, well, maybe that is what this was. Like, that kind of makes sense a little bit, like maybe like that. Some of us, the enemy has duped us. Okay, got us over here like, that kind of look right though if you kind of look at it. We're looking at that relationship that we know our spirit is telling us, no. And we looking at it like, but if you kind of look at it like, you know what I'm saying, like this right here, like it kind of looked like it could go, it could fit, it could go. No. And I'm reminded of when they were trying to build the Tower of Babel. Whenever I read that story, I was like confused the first few times, because the Lord confused their language so they could not understand each other. I was like, God, why would you do that? Like, we're trying to, what I'm saying? You want us to be awakened. You want us to open our eyes. You want us to, just love one another and come together and be on one accord, right? And then the Lord was like, no, ma'am, not if you are all on one accord going the wrong direction. Like, all y'all running off the cliff right now. No. No. What I need to do is get you in a place where you're starting to get confused a bit. Like, okay, I can't quite make out what I'm. Is this, should I? Is this how I'm supposed to? Wait a minute. Because when we get in that state, we begin to look for answers. We begin to do some searching. We begin to look for clarity. Sometimes that's the place that God wants to get us in so that we can start to look to Him for what we need, so that we can recognize, no, I can't do this by myself. Because if we go through life feeling like we can and we don't consult Him, then eventually we're going to run into something. We're going to be blind and just running just full speed, not realizing that we're blind, and we're going to run into something. And maybe it'll be hard to recover from that. So the Lord is doing these things, trying to get us in a place where we're seeking Him, where we're going the right direction. And so now I understand that when I read that. Sometimes it's tough. You know, some things we read in the Word. That's why the Word is meant to be studied and not just read. I realize that now because we have all these filters. Everything that we've experienced, everything that we've gone through, every person that has hurt us, made us angry, betrayed us, lied to us, abandoned us, whatever us. Now we've got a filter for every time something traumatic happens. And everything that we encounter has to go through those filters first, and then we process it. And by the time it goes through all of our filters, like, there's no telling what's going to come out on the other side. There's just no telling. And so we got to get out of the way and let God do what He's going to do. He knows what's best for us, and we need Him. We need His eyes. We need his way of thinking, His way of reasoning. We need His understanding. We need His heart, His compassion. We need all of it to be able to do what we need to do. We can't do this in our own strength. If you are trying to do something and you're trying to get through something and you feel like I am about to break, you continue to ask God for what you need. He is the only one that has what it is that you need. He's the only one that can guide you to get what you need. You have to keep going back to Him, no matter how many times you got to do it. It may be multiple times a day. Okay? Do what you have to do to get to God for what you need. Lately, I've been like, Lord, you know I'm blind, but you know what? I'm hanging on to the coattail of the one who is not blind, the one who knows all, who sees all, and understands all. Like, I'm just holding on to you. I know that I'm bombing this right now. I know that I suck at life, and I am like, help me, Lord. And I thank God because He continues to confirm that that is a good place for my heart to be in. That's a good posture to be in for Him to be able to move in my life. And I want Him to have that room. I don't want to. Would it not be the worst thing to go through? You know how you feel when you find out that you've been deceived for a certain period of time, right? You know, you ready to fire off on somebody. Like, you ready to do things that you're not going to say out loud because you might go to jail. So that's the same concept. You imagine going through life this entire time thinking that you're seeing clearly, thinking that you're in the know, and you really have no idea what you're talking about. You really have no idea how to look at this thing. You really have no idea. You're really not even seeing the real thing here. You know how horrible that would be? God doesn't want us to be just blind just because. He wants us to be blind to the flesh and eyes open spiritually, so that we can be out of the way. Whenever Adam and Eve believed the enemy and ate the apple or ate the fruit, whatever it was, their eyes were opened. They began to hide themselves. Could it be that there is a way that God has set up things? He has planned your life in such a way that is totally different from what you would ever even imagine. and that you must trust him to be able to walk in that path. What do I mean by that? Before Adam and Eve ate that fruit, they were naked and unashamed. We could not fathom being naked and unashamed nowadays. We couldn't. So how is that significant? That's so significant. That means that the way that God had set up our lives was in such a way that we can't even comprehend. Can you imagine being in front of somebody and you just fully naked and you like, yeah, so anyway, like, imagine what else God has planned for us that we have no idea about. That's all the more reason to follow God and to seek him out, because the things that he has planned for us, his ways are not our ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. So your life, he knows best. And when we start to get in the way, we start messing up stuff. It begins to awaken us to things that God never even meant for us to even have to think about. Never even meant for us to have to think about this flesh. Never meant for this flesh to even be a factor. But as soon as we listen to the enemy, now it's like, oh. Now we've instantly got shame. No. You may think that the way that you're doing things and the way that you're going about things is something that benefits you. You may be riding life out right now, doing what you want to do, whatever feels good, whatever go. But you've got to understand, and I talked about this in the last video, that what God is telling you, how he is telling you, how he's guiding you to live your life is beneficial for you. If Adam and Eve could go back, I know they would be like, dang, man, we should just listen. We had it so good. Now we worried about things that we didn't even have any sort of, we weren't even conscious of before. How many of us need more things to worry about? Exactly. But when we don't listen, this is what we do. We pack things on, thinking that we're doing something that's going to please us. They thought, okay, I'm just going to take a little bite of this. This is cool. This is out. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were going to gain something. They were lied to. They were misled. So you out here thinking you're going to gain something by doing this the way that you want to do this. But what you're doing is adding on weight to your life, burdens to your life, obstacles in your path. You're adding all the wrong things. Thinking you're making a good old pie, you adding all the wrong ingredients. I'm just saying. It's time for us to ask God, give me your eyes. I don't know whether I need to go this way or this way. I need you to give me your eyes. I'm still not hearing clearly enough, Lord God. I know I asked you 3 minutes ago, but I'm asking you again. Don't let me go along thinking that I'm like, I got it, and I don't. Lord, please. So I encourage you to consider that from here on out. Now you're aware of the fact that you are blind. And that's a good place to be as long as you are spiritually 2020. Now don't be blind to the flesh and blind spiritually. Like, this is no. But open those eyes. Ask God, give me what it is that I need to navigate this situation, Lord God, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it the way you want me to. Listen, I've been talking too long. That's all I had. I hope that helps somebody. You know what I always say. My journey with God has been just that, a journey. And it's one that I know I was called to share with you. And so I am so thankful that you guys would join me week in and week out on the walk live.